so the hottest sector in IT is identity governance, and the hottest sector in IT delivery is managed services. For the first time in the industry, YouAttest has combined these two into one single offering, which is YouAttest for MSPs. So let's talk to some of the YouAttest teammates on how YouAttest has solved ITDR for the managed service vendors. Hi, Cher. Hi, Garrett.
Greetings.
Hello, everyone.
So first, Garrett, what is this about ITDR for the MSPs?
A great question. Thanks, Ashley. Traditionally, the managed service providers have shied away from complexities around identity, and especially what's called identity governance falling to ITDR now in the compliance world. And they have avoided it because of perceived complexities of the product.
And why do you think this is?
As I said, it is the complexity of the products. They see these legacy on-premise products as too difficult for their current staff to manage.
So let's talk about what's new.
Yeah, so what's new is what we're going to show everyone here. It's YouAttest. YouAttest takes on the arduous task of identity attestation. That's a mouthful. Identity attestation is attesting to who has access to what and creating a report that's called an IT or evidence as it's called in compliance in simply a matter of hours instead of days, weeks, and months.
This is really exciting. So why are the MSPs being asked to get into governance?
Great question. Primarily out of necessity. First of all, more than 50% of all the hacks are because of identity. And some reports say as close as 70%. And secondly, it's reported that over 60% of the organizations, these are the organizations the MSPs are managing, can't find professional staff to manage these identity resources.
So what do you think is holding these managed service vendors back?
What's holding them up is, first of all, as we discussed, is lack of awareness of products like YouAttest. And the second thing is they don't know how to bill. The MSPs live off of a monthly billing cycle. And so this fear of understanding how to bill is holding them back. And that's why YouAttest has partnered with Gradient MSP to simplify and amalgamate their billing for the MSPs.
Perfect. Cher, would you mind running a demo of the integration that we have with Gradient MSP?
Sure. Let me just go ahead and share my screen.
Thank you.
Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
100%.
Yep.
Perfect. So this is the Gradient portal that you're seeing right now with some seeded data for an MSP. So here you can see the service that is going to be provided by the MSP for their customers. And this over here is the unit count that you see. So each of these card is a customer for an MSP. And these are the license count for that particular customer. So for us to integrate with the YouAttest, you go to your MSP tenant in your YouAttest tenant. There you can see the billing and integration over here. So you click on this and go to Gradient. Right now, you don't see the integration completed. So the first thing first is you have to grab this token from your MSP portal from your from the Gradient side. So you go to integrations and go to YouAttest and continue setup, and you can generate an API key. You copy this, you go back to your YouAttest MSP tenant, you paste this and hit update. So now what it does is it gets all the accounts that you have in your MSP tenant. So you have these accounts, and I'm just going to go ahead and sync one or two of these accounts. So I'm just going to do 2 of these accounts and hit sync now. So what it does, it does the initial authentication, and it establishes the connection between YouAttest and the Gradient. So if I go back to my Gradient portal now and hit next, And I'd be able to see these two accounts that I just pushed from the YouAttest side, from the YouAttest MSP tenants. I'm just gonna map these accounts to the cards that I just showed you on the gradient side. So if the name of these companies and the cards that you've created on the gradient side are same, then they're gonna map automatically. If not, then you have to do it like individually. So I'm just gonna do Dr. Jones Antiquities for eOffice. And for AAD, I can just use the Anytech softwares maybe. Perfect. So once the mapping is complete between the cards and the MSP tenant customers that you have from YouAttest, you can hit next. And then you do the service mapping. I just showed you there's a service that is created for an MSP that they can be providing to the customer. For us, it's just going to be YouAttest IGA. I'm just going to go ahead and go to security awareness section and training and map this. So once this is done, I'm going to hit next. It's going to say YouAttest IGA is going to map to security awareness training. I'm just going to hit finish. So on the gradient side, they say it takes like 24 hours, but it doesn't take that long. It takes at most an hour for the integration to complete. So I have like 2 accounts from YouAttest integrated with Gradient MSP now. So let me just go back, and you can see that these accounts are connected and they are being synced. They were pushed, and the account is like connected with Gradient. So once this is done and the authentication is complete, now you are good to go. What Gradient is expecting from the YouAttest side is the license being pushed to their side on a monthly basis. So for that, we have an admin portal that Ashley is going to be managing. I'm just going to impersonate as Ashley on this side. So this was this MSP tenant that she would see on her portal, and she go view company, and then she'd be able to see the 2 accounts that I've just synced. So what she can do is she can go and update license. Right now, the license count for that tenant was 53, but she can just change it to maybe 100 for eOffice and hit submit and just cancel. And for AAD, could be 200. So
that's really
200,
clean. Like it.
and submit licenses. So both of these licenses are now pushed on the gradient side. Just going to update this. You'd be able to see the license count that I've just pushed from the YouAttest side.
Fantastic. So just in a matter of minutes, we have the customer integrated it into their MSP billing site, which is the Gradient MSP product. Great stuff and great work there, Cher. Why don't you wrap it up here, Ashley?
Sure. Thank you, Cher. So MSPs, please contact us. We'll integrate not only our ITDR solution into your service mix, but we'll also automate all your billing via Gradient MSP. And then super exciting news, we have a webinar coming up on March 16th, and we're going to be joined by Gradient. So please join us. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thanks,
Thank you.